studying your last two. I swim with tea when they turned in. The staring out to mute and can lend a pole that some kid died.
Many corporate owner-managers operate their businesses from home, either full-time or for part of the week. This creates an important tax question. If part of a personally owned home is being used to operate the corporation, can some of the home-related costs be recognized as business expenses? The answer is that, in many situations, the business use of a home may give rise to deductible or reimbursable expenses, provided the applicable tax rules are satisfied. Let's begin by looking at the situation illustrated on this slide. The house itself is personally owned by the shareholder or owner-manager. It is not owned by the corporation. The mortgage or rent is a personal obligation. The utility bills are paid personally. The home insurance and property taxes also relate to the individual's personal residence. From a legal standpoint, this is still a personal home. However, one room or a designated area inside that home has been set aside as a workspace. This home office is where business activities take place. For many owner-managers, this workspace is used for video meetings with clients. It may be used for bookkeeping and accounting. It may be where business planning takes place. Administrative work, client phone calls, email correspondence, and other day-to-day corporate activities are often carried out from this location. Although the home is personally owned, the corporation benefits from having access to that workspace. Without it, the corporation might need to lease commercial office space or incur other operating costs. This is why the relationship between the personal home and the corporation becomes important. As shown in the flow at the bottom of the slide, the process begins with a personally owned home. Part of that home functions as a home office. The corporation then benefits from the business activities performed in that workspace. Once business use of the home exists, business-related costs naturally arise. Electricity is consumed while working. Heating or air conditioning is used to maintain a comfortable office environment. Internet services support online meetings and communication. The office contributes to the overall wear and tear of the property. These are real costs associated with operating the business from home. However, it is important to understand that this does not automatically mean the entire cost of maintaining the home becomes a business expense. The tax rules recognize that the home serves both personal and business purposes. As a result, only the business use portion may potentially be considered. Determining that business portion requires careful analysis, which we will examine in the next slides. For now, the key concept is simply recognizing that using part of a personal residence for corporate business creates business-related costs that may be eligible for reimbursement or deduction when the applicable requirements are met. The key takeaway from this slide is straightforward. A personally owned home can also serve as a workplace for a corporation. When that happens, the corporation benefits from the workspace, and this creates the foundation for considering home office expenses under the tax rules. Now that we've introduced the concept of a home office, let's take a closer look at the types of household expenses that may relate to that workspace. One of the most important ideas to understand is that the home office does not create entirely new expenses. Instead, it uses a portion of expenses that already exist because of the home. For example, the entire home requires electricity. The entire home is heated and cooled. Water is supplied to the entire property. The internet connection serves the whole house. Home insurance protects the entire residence. Property taxes apply to the entire property. Cleaning and maintenance are generally performed throughout the home. These are household expenses that would normally exist whether or not a home office was present. However, once part of the home is used for business purposes, a small portion of these overall household costs may also relate to the business workspace. This is exactly what the illustration in the center of the slide is showing. The home contains several rooms used for personal living. Only one room, or perhaps one clearly defined area, is designated as the home office. That workspace represents only a portion of the entire home. Because of this, only a corresponding portion of the household expenses may potentially relate to business use. Notice that we are not saying the entire electricity bill becomes a business expense. We are not saying all of the home insurance becomes deductible. And we are certainly not saying the entire property tax bill can be treated as a business expense. Instead, we begin by identifying the total household costs. Then we determine what portion reasonably relates to the business workspace. That business portion may become eligible for reimbursement or deduction if the applicable tax rules are satisfied. This is why the flow at the bottom of the slide is so important. First, identify the total household expenses. Next, determine the business use portion. Finally, identify the amount that may potentially qualify as a business expense. This allocation process is one of the most important concepts in home office taxation. The tax system recognizes that a home serves both personal and business purposes. As a result, expenses must be divided in a reasonable way rather than treating every household cost as fully business-related. This approach helps ensure that the corporation only recognizes costs that genuinely relate to business activities, while personal living expenses remain personal. In the next section, we'll look more closely at how accountants determine what constitutes a reasonable allocation. For now, the important point is simply to understand that business use of a home generally involves allocating only the portion of household costs that relates to the workspace. The key takeaway from this slide is that home office expenses are not separate expenses. They are portions of ordinary household costs that are reasonably connected to the business use of the home office. Determining that business portion is the foundation of every home office expense calculation. This slide introduces the most important principle in calculating home office expenses: reasonable allocation. The key idea is actually very simple. A home is used for both personal living and business activities. Because both purposes exist at the same time, the expenses must be divided in a reasonable way. Let's begin with the house shown in the center of the slide. The entire home represents 100% of the property. Most of the rooms are used for personal purposes. The bedrooms, living room, kitchen, bathrooms, and family areas are all part of everyday personal living. The expenses associated with these areas remain personal expenses. They do not become business expenses simply because the owner also operates a business from home. Now notice the highlighted office area. Unlike the rest of the home, this space is dedicated to business activities. It may be used for bookkeeping, virtual meetings, client communications, administration, or managing the corporation's daily operations. Because this area supports business activities, a reasonable portion of the home's expenses may be attributed to that workspace. The illustration uses a 15% office area as an example. The actual percentage will vary from one home to another. The important point is not the number itself. The important point is that the business use percentage should be reasonable and supported by the facts. This leads us to the formula shown across the middle of the slide. Start with the total home expenses. Then determine the business use percentage. Multiplying those two figures produces the business portion of the expenses that may potentially be considered for tax purposes. For example, if 10% of a home is reasonably used as a dedicated office, then only approximately 10% of eligible household expenses would generally be considered for business use, subject to the applicable tax rules. The remaining 90% continues to relate to personal living and remains a personal expense. This allocation process is fundamental to home office tax planning. It prevents personal household costs from being incorrectly treated as business expenses, while still recognizing the legitimate business use of part of the home. The professional tips at the bottom of the slide reinforce the importance of documentation. Maintaining a floor plan helps demonstrate the size of the workspace. Measuring the office area provides support for the allocation percentage. Keeping receipts allows the expenses to be verified. And maintaining organized records makes it much easier to support the calculation during a CRA review. The warning at the bottom of the slide is equally important. Personal household expenses should not simply be reclassified as business expenses. Only the portion that reasonably relates to business use should be considered. This distinction protects both the taxpayer and the corporation by ensuring that the allocation reflects the actual use of the home. The key takeaway from this slide is straightforward. Home office expenses are based on reasonable allocation, not estimation or guesswork. By identifying the business use portion of the home, maintaining good documentation, and applying a reasonable allocation method, owner-managers can determine the portion of home expenses that may appropriately relate to their corporate business activities.